EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. Pressure-packed environment. 50 PGA Tour cards are up for grabs. Frank, this is a great day for golf, and the conditions here at Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, look to be really good.
Rich, scoring conditions are absolutely optimal today. Expect to see a lot of low numbers.
Resuming the action here at EA Sports, let's go out to the seventh hole and pick up with our featured golfer. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, unfortunately, that ball is wet. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. That one is in the bunker. Frank, really no problem. High-level players don't mind a fairway bunker.
Yeah, good clean lie. Just a nice swing there, guaranteed a clean contact. That lip shouldn't be a problem. Still fly that ball all the way to the green.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry. Rich, this is a rarity. A golf instructor or a former golf instructor trying their hand. This is old school. You used to see it in the 40s and the 50s. People used to go and teach in pro shops, then come out on the tour. I have not seen this for many a year. Someone good enough to teach, but good enough to play.
And you're hearkening back to the 30s and 40s when guys like Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson, two of the greatest who have ever played.
They took club jobs.
They had to take club jobs. There wasn't that much money in those days in the professional ranks. Another guy that comes to mind is Claude Harmon. Now, I think most people know the name Butch Harmon. He was one of Tiger's most successful teachers along the way. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. It just, you feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that three-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss. And a drop shot here at the ninth. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Now on to one of the most exciting back nines in golf here at the TPC Sawgrass and the Stadium course. Let's begin at number 10. Frank, and what do you make of this hole?
It's another one where you're just trying to fit the tee shot in the fairway there. It's not a driver, just something that stays right. And of course, we've seen a lot of people stray here down the left side. Who can forget Mickelson when he won his Players Championship, hitting that phenomenal 7-iron out of the fairway bunker through the trees and still finding the putting surface. But speaking of the putting surface, this green has more undulations than just about any green on the golf course.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Let's go to the 11th. Now it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot. But really, it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Almost fell, just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
So they'll tap in. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, no doubt these players have dreams of winning the big championships, the majors someday, but at least to this point, you would have to say this is probably the biggest day of their golfing lives.
Golf, or professional golf, can be a little bit like snakes and ladders. They've got themselves on the ladder. If they can climb this one, the next ladder, the PGA Tour, but don't slip.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So 1 over par for the round. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, approach shot here at 6. Good chance to make birdie?
There is. You can almost cut this green into thirds. There's that front third, the left third, and of course the back third.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll